Hello, this is definitely not my garden. Finally, a video that is not about my garden or a garden at all. Because I think I did explain that I don't want this channel to be all about gardening. That's why I changed the name of the channel very early on. Anyway, I'm hiking today. I'm hiking solo, which is quite unusual for me, but I'm going. I tried to talk myself out of it this morning, but the day's nice. I have nothing else to do, and yeah, let's go. I want to test this trail. It's an easy one it's like around my town, the town where I live in Sussex, and I have a qualification as a hiking leader. So I want to start doing more groups, like guiding more groups, and I need to test a few trails, and I wanted to test trails that are near me so people can come to me. Makes my life so much easier. So this is what I'm testing today. Should be 14k, quite plain, and I'm taking you with me. Let's go. I have now left the Bridleway, I think, which is, there's more people in there, even though it's quite empty. It's a well-known trail for people that live in my town. They walk their dogs, they go for a run, they cycle there. So I've now turned left, and this is more kind of countryside-y. Like, I think this trail is gonna take me through quite a few fields. Let's see if there's some woodland. It's a really nice day. I hope it doesn't get any hotter than that. It's hard to imagine that during winter this is probably very muddy, and it's so dry now. Look at all the cracks. It's also interesting that today is my pre-birthday. Today is my last day as a 45-year-old. So I think it's pretty symbolic that I have decided to walk by myself. And yeah, a bit of a milestone. Why not? I don't see milestones as stuff like climbing Mount Everest. So here I am, and there's someone coming the other way on a run, and I feel very self-conscious about filming myself in front of other people. I don't think I'm a proper YouTuber yet. I'll get there. As I'm doing this trail, of course for pleasure, but also to see if it's suitable to guide a group, which so far so good. It's a really nice trail for beginners especially. I like to kind of pay attention to places that people can stop, use the toilet, have a break, sit down in the shade to eat something. This is a pretty nice spot because there is a lovely oak tree here. This is a shaded spot. It's very sunny, as you can see. So this is a nice almost midpoint. Can you believe it? This is almost 5.5k of a total of 14k. So it's a good point of the hike to stop and just for a breather, make people drink water, because you actually sometimes need to remind them, drink water, let's stop, get your water bottle out now. As a leader, as a hiking leader, you don't want people to dehydrate or you don't want to take any risks, so you make sure they bring their water and they bring their snacks. I don't want to use my first aid skills. So when you're walking field after field, it starts to get a bit samey. So it's nice that we just entered a bit of, not field, it's like almost inside a woodland, apart from this horrible fence here to remind us that this is private property, don't go in, blah blah blah, which is a whole other conversation we could have about the right of way here in England and how excluded we are from most of the outdoor spaces. But let's just have an enjoyable day and enjoy the shade here. One thing that I ask myself to make sure this is an interesting trail, if people are gonna spend their money to do this trail with me guiding them, is when I lived in London and I used to do these during the weekends, we would wake up early, take the train or take the car and drive somewhere to start and then do the trail. This was exactly the kind of stuff that we used to do, 15k. And I was always very grateful that we did it. It was so good to be away and like very within nature. But I do remember clearly that there were some trails that I liked way more than others. But it's hard now because I have this kind of stuff near me. So it's really easy to access fields and woodlands, and I walk my dog. This is kind of constant for us, so it's hard to assess, like, would I have thought of this one as one of the very nice ones? So that's why I needed a friend to be here with me today rather than being alone. But from the experience I have guiding other hikes, and most of the people that were of the group, the people that were in the group lived in London or in a big town. They were not like hiking nature people. They were quite pleased, like as soon as they left the train station, they was like, oh wow, this is super nice, look at this, look at that, taking plenty of photos. And I have to be careful not to become jaded, like seeing this, being there, because it still is really good to just be outside and be here and walking and the silence and just the sound of birds. And I know I'm sounding very cliche romantic, but maybe from what you're seeing here, from what you're watching, you can tell me if you think this is worth 10-20 pounds to walk with me as your hiking leader. I decided to take a detour. This is the map telling me you're off route. Decided to take a detour because there is this woodlands here, and we were walking on a paved road for a little while, and this is so nice. So let's see how many Ks. I don't think many this detour will add to my planned path, and see if it's worth it. I think it is, because it shows something pretty different from what we have seen so far. This path crosses railway, which is like a touristy railway. It's not like a commuter one or like a long travel one here in England. It's called the Bluebell Railway. It's a steam train. It's very nice, and in the vineyard that is part of this trail, if you're sitting outside sipping your wine, the train passes. It's super nice with the steam and all. And yeah, of course, I have to be careful. I just checked the timetable to see if maybe we could spot one, but there's no train on Fridays from what I understand. But maybe when I do the guided one with the group, I see if I can time it properly, even though it's quite hard with a group to know how far we will be at any point. But it's a nice thing to see. I was very curious to see this bit of the path here because of these rocks, but you have to go down quite a steep way, and I see if I can find another way, because I wouldn't like to guide a group down that steep way because it's very steep. I almost fell over, but this is very cool. I've never seen it before. Massive rocks, and I think people actually, oh wow, look at that. I think people actually rock climb them. And there's people there, and they are actually climbing. So I mentioned earlier about the steam train that you can see from the vineyard, and it's right there when it passes. You can clearly see when you're sitting here outside. It's a very nice, it's nice, you hear it first, and then everyone takes their phones out to film and take a photo, because it is quite idyllic when the steam train passes. And all the vines are there, the grapes are there, growing fast in this heat probably. Last leg now, and I don't need the map anymore because I know this last bit very well. It's a walk from the vineyard to my house and back that we do quite a few times every year, and it's a really nice way to end the trail. Of course, people are not going to go to my house, they're going to go to the train station, but still, it's a nice way to finish it. There will be some shaded areas soon, some woodlands, and it's nice to have a rest at the vineyard, even if people like don't drink a glass of wine, just to sit down and rest, because by now it's been 12k and everyone will be tired, especially if it's a sunny day like this. And then you gather some energy for the final 2 or 3k. I'm so close to home now, so I'm gonna say goodbye here, and thank you for the company. If you're watching this is very early days of my channel. I think I've started back in May. It's now July. I'm still learning. Sometimes I think, why have I started this? Not sure, I want to keep up, but it's nice to have. It's fulfilling to do it without thinking that this needs to get me any financial means or anything. So thanks so much, and yeah, here to more hikes, to more trails, to more garden, to more time in nature for all of us. Bye.